Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
The conventional characters of the alphabet used to represent speech. His grandmother taught him his letters. An award earned by participation in a school sport. He won letters in 3 sports. A written message addressed to a person or organization. Mailed an indignant letter to the editor. A strictly literal interpretation, as distinct from the intention. He followed instructions to the letter. Mark letters on or mark with letters. Owner who lets another person use something, housing usually for hire. Set down or print with letters. Win an athletic letter. The conventional characters of the alphabet used to represent speech. The conventional characters of the alphabet used to represent speech. An award earned by participation in a school sport. A written message addressed to a person or organization. A written symbol that is used to represent speech. A formal recommendation by a former employer to a potential future employer describing the person's qualifications and dependability. Requests for character references are all too often answered evasively. A person of a specified kind, usually with many eccentricities. A real character. The inherent complex of attributes that determines a person's moral and ethical actions and reactions. Education has for its object the formation of character. An imaginary person represented in a work of fiction, play or film or story. She is the main character in the novel. A written symbol that is used to represent speech. The Greek alphabet has 24 characters. A characteristic property that defines the apparent individual nature of something. The radical character of our demands. An actor's portrayal of someone in a play. Engrave or inscribe characters on. Genetics. An attribute, structural or functional, that is determined by a gene or group of genes. Good repute. He is a man of character. Represent by means of a graph. A visual representation of the relations between certain quantities, represented as points, plotted with reference to a set of axes. A written symbol that is used to represent speech. A visual display of information. Plot upon a graph. A written symbol that is used to represent speech. The state of being honored. A tangible symbol signifying approval or distinction. Give, especially as an honor or reward. Give as judged due or on the basis of merit. The referee awarded a free kick to the team. Something given for victory or superiority in a contest or competition or for winning a lottery. A grant made by a law court. He criticized the awarding of compensation by the court. A tangible symbol signifying approval or distinction. An award for bravery. The state of being honored. Bestow honor or rewards upon. Today we honor our soldiers. The quality of being honorable and having a good name. A man of honor. Show respect towards. Honor your parents. Accept as pay. We honor checks and drafts. A woman's virtue or chastity. A tangible symbol signifying approval or distinction. A tangible symbol signifying approval or distinction. The state of being honored. Bestow honor or rewards upon. The quality of being honorable and having a good name. Show respect towards. Accept as pay. A woman's virtue or chastity. A tangible symbol signifying approval or distinction. The words of something written. A book prepared for use in schools or colleges. His economics textbook is in its 10th edition. The words of something written. There were more than 1,000 words of text. A passage from the Bible that is used as the subject of a sermon. The preacher chose a text from Psalms to introduce his sermon. The main body of a written work, as distinct from illustrations or footnotes, etc. Pictures made the text easier to understand. Writing that provides information, especially information of an official nature. Computer science. A computer file that contains text, and possibly formatting instructions, using 7-bit ASCII characters. Anything serving as a representation of a person's thinking by means of symbolic marks. A written account of ownership or obligation. Record in detail. The parents documented every step of their child's development. Support or supply with references. Can you document your claims? An interpretation based on the exact wording. Communicate, with, in writing. Produce a literary work. Write or name the letters that comprise the conventionally accepted form of a word or part of a word. Write music. Record data on a computer. Communicate or express by writing. Create code. Write a computer program. She writes code faster than anybody else. Mark or trace on a surface. Law. Someone who owns, is legal possessor of, a business. A person who owns something. They are searching for the owner of the car. Law. Someone who owns, is legal possessor of, a business. He is the owner of a chain of restaurants. Reproduce by printing. Put into print. These news should not be printed. A visible indication made on a surface. Paw prints were everywhere. A printed picture produced from a photographic negative. A copy of a movie on film, especially a particular version of it. A fabric with a dyed pattern pressed onto it, usually by engraved rollers. A picture or design printed from an engraving. Availability in printed form. We've got to get that story into print. Make into a print. Print the negative. The text appearing in a book, newspaper, or other printed publication. I want to see it in print. Write as if with print, not cursive. Reproduce by printing. Mark or stamp with or as if with pressure. To make a batik, you impress a design with wax. Dye, fabric, before it is spun. Take, someone, against his will for compulsory service, especially on board a ship. Have an emotional or cognitive impact upon. This child impressed me as unusually mature. The act of coercing someone into government service. Produce or try to produce a vivid impression of. Impress positively. The young chess player impressed her audience. Attain success or reach a desired goal. Something won, especially money. Win something through one's efforts. Win someone's confidence and friendship. Obtain advantages, such as points, etc. Win points. Acquire or deserve by one's efforts or actions. A victory, as in a race or other competition. He was happy to get the win. Be the winner in a contest or competition. Be victorious. Earn on some commercial or business transaction. Earn as salary or wages. She earns a lot in her new job. Acquire or deserve by one's efforts or actions. Assemble or get together. Acquire or deserve by one's efforts or actions. A storehouse for threshed grain or animal feed. Store grain. A nonmetallic univalent element belonging to the halogens, usually a yellow irritating toxic flammable gas, a powerful oxidizing agent, recovered from fluoride or cryolite or fluorapatite. The capacitance of a capacitor that has an equal and opposite charge of 1 coulomb on each plate and a voltage difference of 1 volt between the plates. A degree on the Fahrenheit scale of temperature. The sixth letter of the Roman alphabet. A terrorist organization organized in 1959 by student activists who were dissatisfied with the moderate nationalism of the traditional Basque Party. Want to create an independent homeland in Spain's Western Pyrenees. The seventh letter of the Greek alphabet. One of the 4 nucleotides used in building DNA. All 4 nucleotides have a common phosphate group and a sugar, ribose. A purine base found in DNA and RNA, pairs with cytosine. A metric unit of weight equal to 1/1000th of a kilogram. Physics, the universal constant relating force to mass and distance in Newton's law of gravitation. The cardinal number that is the product of 10 and 100. A unit of information equal to 1000 megabytes or 10 to the power of 9, 1 billion, bytes. A unit of force equal to the force exerted by gravity, used to indicate the force to which a body is subjected when it is accelerated. A unit of information equal to 1024 mebibytes or 2 to the power of 30, 1,073,741,824, bytes. The seventh letter of the Roman alphabet. Portuguese navigator who led an expedition around the Cape of Good Hope in 1497. He sighted and named Natal on Christmas Day before crossing the Indian Ocean, 1469 to 1524. A unit of magnetic field strength equal to 100,000th of an oersted. The third letter of the Greek alphabet. The third letter of the Hebrew alphabet.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.